One of my favorite batching hacks for what I'm designing for my Etsy shop or for print on demand in general is taking my design and actually adapting it to match any other niche or keyword that I've been researching. I've actually recently been doing this a different way, so I'm going to show you how I've been able to make this process even faster so I end up with more designs in less time. Hi people, welcome back to the OGs and a warm welcome to anybody that's new. If you are new, I'm Tianna. I'm a 25-year-old, probably the most busy 25-year-old you will ever meet. Here on this channel, we talk all things print on demand, making money online or from home, everything like that. And yes, I'm here to share my journey, but I'm also here to witness you do the same. I'm so excited today's video is in partnership with Kittl because you guys know I use Kittl all the time for my Etsy shop. And today I'm going to show you my little secret of how I use it to help batch create my designs. You guys know the link is always in the description to sign up for free, and you can use code TIANNAYT to get 25% off your first month of any of their plans. But let's get into it. Okay guys, here you are on my PC with me. You guys know when we're on the computer, we're about to get into it, so let's do that. The hardest part about Etsy or print on demand is honestly keeping up with creating like new designs in like a timely manner. You don't just need one good design, you need dozens and dozens of different designs to hit different niches, trends, keywords, things like that. And for me, that's where batching comes into play. Now, batching is something I've actually done since the beginning to help my process be a little bit speedier, but I'm going to show you a feature in Kittl called Kittl Flows and how it's helped me make this much faster. So I'm just going to show you a quick example, and then I'm going to show you exactly how I did it using another example. So over here, I have the letter M. As you can see, it has a floral pattern inside. You guys already know, you've seen it everywhere. Pattern in text is very, very popular. Now, I actually got this using a prompt, and I'll show you how to do that as well. But we have this here, and what I want to do is change this into words, and I want to be able to use their flows feature to change it into new words without me having to start from scratch over and over again. So from here, I've got it to use this kind of style of lettering and make it say the word teach. So this is the artboard, and I have a smartboard connected to it by pressing smartboard. Again, I will show you guys this entire process. But by clicking smartboard, what that allows is to have a connecting smartboard. You can see it right here. There's the arrow showing that it's connected. And if I hit smartboard, you can see that over here, there is a text prompt box over here, and it's again connected to the main image. And I have it say, I want the same style of letters, but for it to say teach in lowercase lettering. And that's exactly what it did. It took the exact same style and made the word teach in lowercase lettering. Now from here, another one that I did was I just changed the pattern that was inside. So I changed the pattern over here. I just said strawberry, I think. Yeah, make the pattern inside strawberries, and for the red outline to be a matching pastel green. So quickly, very quickly, we got another variation, as well as another variation here with the patchwork. This has been very popular recently as well. So I got a patchwork design inside of the text, and it looks beautiful. And for this one, I didn't even say for the outline to match. The AI is smart enough, it knows what it's doing. I'm actually using the model Nano Banana, which is very new and I've been loving so far. But you guys can also see that there's other different AI generators that you can use to generate your images. Nano Banana is very fast, so it's what I use, and if I quickly want to regenerate something, I'm able to do that very quickly. And just down here, I just wanted to show you how I also branched off down here, and I have the first one just say nurse. You can see that the connection is from this box over here just for it to say nurse. So if I'm to zoom out here, you can see what I've kind of created. So I just started with this with the text prompt, and I went to this, to this, to this, and I also had this one branch off here and create a different word. So to think, if you're to go in different niches and different keywords, you can see how easy it is to do. All I did was change this to say nurse. So now I can apply this to the teacher niche, and now I can apply it to the nurse niche for any other keywords that you're trying to target. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys an example of how you can do this yourself. So I'm actually going to go over here. I'm going to duplicate this one just because I want it to be the exact same size. Okay, so what I did is I got an inspo picture for a design that I got from online. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to input it right here. So I'm just going to go to uploads. This is just my little inspiration that I got. I'm just going to crop it down just so that it's the design. I'm just going to show you guys, if you guys don't know how to get a prompt or you're not really good at prompts with words, I'm going to show you what I've been using within Kittl so that you can get a prompt of a design. Now, this isn't a design that I can edit. This is just a picture of another design. And say I want to use this exact kind of layout, but I want to apply it to a different niche. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a prompt from this. Now, of course, you could go ahead and create a prompt by saying, I want a tic-tac-toe grid and I want some of it to be filled with coffee and some of it to be filled with wine, and write out a whole thing, but that could be very complicated. And I know sometimes it's really hard to write prompts. One thing you can do with Kittl is if you actually click on the image over here, you can see it says prompt. Now, if you're to hit the plus sign, what that's going to do is actually going to generate a prompt for you for that design. So we're just going to do this over here. We're going to hit generate, and it's going to take a few seconds. It doesn't take too long. And it's going to actually generate us a prompt. See, it's already done. And it's got a very specific text generation of the design. So I'm going to hit copy over here. I'm going to go over here to a little sparkle icon. This is Kittl AI, where we can create an image generation. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to paste the prompt over here. So I'm going to paste the prompt right here. We got the full prompt. It's on Nano Banana. Again, this also has a lot of different models you can use, but I'm going to stick with Nano Banana for now. I do sometimes like trying different ones, but we're going to stick with Nano Banana, and we're going to hit generate image. Now we're going to see what image it comes up with based off of the prompt we gave it. I'm actually going to do a second one just so we can compare, but even if you do the same image generator, you can get different images. So here's the one that Nano Banana came up with, and let's try also one with, let's go with ideogram 3 and let's see what it comes up with. Again, Nano Banana is a lot quicker. Ideogram 3 does take a little bit more time, but here we have these two different designs of the exact same prompt. And even if you use Nano Banana 2 times, you can still get 2 different results. So again, it kind of just depends. But I'm actually going to go ahead with the Nano Banana one. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this one. And now what I'm going to do with it, first I'm going to remove the background. And next, I'm going to get this onto an artboard. Now that we've got this here, again, I'm just going to center it. But now that we've got this design here, what we can do is now create a smartboard so we can bring it into our niche or add the different graphics we want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit artboard up here, and that's just going to select the artboard. And from here, we're going to click smartboard. You can also click it over here. It says add smartboard. And what this is going to do is add a smartboard, kind of how I did in my example above. So over here, it's now added a smartboard, and whatever we type in this prompt, it says describe your variation with the prompt. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to describe what we want it to change just with a text prompt. Okay, so here are our results. So for the first smartboard, it said change the graphics to be teacher themed. And for the second one, I put change the graphics to be apples and books, which is a little more specific, whereas this one's more broad by just saying teacher themed. And this is what it's come up with. This one was using the ChatGPT model, and this one was using Nano Banana. So what I usually go ahead and do is convert to an image. So I'm going to do that for both. I'm going to hit them. I'm going to hit click the smartboard and click convert to image. And this actually makes it an image for us. And I'd actually just go ahead and edit from there. So if I wanted to change colors, I'd go ahead and click vectorize, which would mean I would be able to individually adapt the colors. I'll do this for this one just so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to hit vectorize image. So I vectorized this with one color because it only started with one color, red. And what that would mean is that you can go over here and you can change it to be any color I want. So we're actually just going to go with, let's just go with a purple. We're going to go with the purple like that. And now we can see that the entire thing has been changed to be purple. And for this one over here, we're going to remove the background as well. And what I would do is kind of to match the initial one we started with, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and remove one of the blocks just so you can kind of see it as like a tic-tac-toe board, maybe get some of them in a row. So let's go to the erase. I'm actually going to erase the flag because I don't really think that's too teacher related. Let's see, we got books, we got apples. Maybe I'll remove one more. Maybe I will remove an apple up here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and remove the text as well because I do want the text to say something else a little bit more niche down. And we'll leave it like that and hit done. Okay, so I've got it on artboard and we're going to add some text. So we're going to go over here to text. I'm going to hit add headline. And originally it says the daily game of my life. Maybe I can have something that says lesson plans. And say lesson plans. The game of my life. I'm not sure. I'm just making this up, but this could be something that matches your theme. I'm going to go ahead and make this text box blue. And I'm going to go ahead and vectorize this as well. So vectorize one color, vectorize the image, and we're going to make the text color match. We're going to hit this over here, document colors. These are the colors that you currently have on your entire artboard. So we're going to hit the blue, the matching blue, and we're going to go ahead and look through some fonts. So the fonts that they originally used, I'm pretty sure is a very basic font. We're going to go to textile and we're going to click through and see what we like. I do want it to kind of look simple and be very legible still, but we're going to see what kind of font we want to maybe use. I am kind of liking this one just because it kind of has like that little, like that vintage vibe to it. And I like how it's all caps and it's very, very legible. Maybe we'll make it a little bit smaller to kind of match the width of the graphic a little bit better. But we could have something just like this. Lessons plans, the game of my life. Or again, whatever you want to say. Or this is just the ways that I would take a design that I like the look of and bring it into a new niche. What I can do with what I have my final design here is quickly just make a smartboard from this and bring it into another niche. So right now we have this one, it's in the teacher niche, be one and one for a nurse. So change this design to be in the nursing theme. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, and it's come back with this. As you can see, it's still got some of the other elements. Again, I could be way more specific because all I did was a simple sentence. Again, you can hit the enhance prompt if you want a more specific prompt, or you can just add exactly what graphics you might want replaced. But what I can go ahead and do is I'm going to convert to an image, and then I'm going to remove the background. So I've removed the background. Of course, you want to also get it on an artboard. But I'm going to go ahead and click the eraser tool and just erase everything that I don't want in this image. And for this one, it's going to be the books, the protractor, the apple. And because it's a tic-tac-toe board, I can even get some of these graphics and just have them repeated. It's even went ahead and changed the text. Nursing life, the game of my heart, which that's a lot sweeter than the game of my life. You know, lesson plan, the game of my life. Nursing life, you know, you're helping people, the game of my heart. Is went ahead and done that. If I wanted to use one of these graphics again, because these are AI generated, we can't just click on them. What I personally would do is I would just duplicate it. So we've got it duplicated here. Let me just make sure I'm selecting only one. And I would just crop it. So let's say we want to copy this medicine bottle. Okay. We've got the medicine bottle and we can just place it where we want it. Okay, and then something like that. Again, you can move everything around and get it the way you want it. Okay, so now you guys know if a new season comes up, if a new keyword is trending, or you've researched something new, you know that you can go back to your older designs and quickly use Kittl Flows to make a new variation of them to match it. This will help with all of you guys that are feeling burnout. This will help you get all those listings you want to get out. I hope you guys can see how simple batching can be and how much time it can save you when you're making designs for your Etsy shop or for your print-on-demand shop. I want to thank Kittl again for sponsoring today's video because I literally couldn't do it without them. If you guys want to check it out, the link is always in the description and the pinned comment. And you can use code TiannaYT for 25% off your first month off any of their plans. I know you guys are going to love how much faster Kittl Flows can make your design process. But otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, people.